Well, I think like this question is a good one for me because I am a natural fixer. If somebody tells me their problem, immediately my mind is going towards...
You have to find a solution.
Yeah, that is just the way that I am built. So I will always be looking to fix my problem, your problem, the next door neighbor's problem. Like it's just...
Well, you fix it by bringing a solution.
So,
you can't walk out that solution for
where
them.
I was going with that is I have even come to recognize where my gift isn't always what people are after. So that me offering a way to fix it is not what people are always wanting from me. And I'm actually exhausting myself coming up with solutions and offering them that people didn't ask me for. So some things that I'm still trying to work out is, I'm immediately still going to probably try to come up with a solution. But when it's with another person, two things. One is, okay, how can I show compassion? And just that, just show them compassion without doing anything else, without trying to fix it, without offering solutions, without taking on that false responsibility. How can I just show compassion? How can I say, and I'm really practicing this. This has not come easy for me. Not that compassion doesn't come easy, but for me to just leave it at compassion does not come naturally. So I'm working out how, and if you have solutions, if you have advice for me in this, I'm all ears, but how to just say, I hear you. That sounds hard. Those type of things. And then secondly, the other thing this phrase has become really important for me is I say, how can I help? Because typically I will just offer the solution. But when I say, how can I help? I'm actually getting to hear them, getting to find out if they want my input in that way, and getting to know if I can actually offer something, because I can't fix everybody's problems. Not everybody's asking me to do that. But if I say, how can I help? That kind of, one, puts it back on their side, but two, also lets me know what my role is in this situation.
One thing, Katie, you are very gifted at processes and structures that can bring healing. The truth is inside of you, and you do hear the solution when you talk to somebody. That's a gift God has given you. And so maybe just communicating in a question. You know where you're going, but ask a question that they can discover where you're going.
Yeah.
And in their thoughts, in their ways of processing that, they came up with that solution by that question you generated.
Yeah. And sometimes it does get to that place, and that's awesome. But for me, I found that so often I am putting energy into thinking of what question I could ask as a lead question to get where I really want to go. And I'm still expending all this energy. Whereas if I just say an open-ended question to start, like, how can I help? That kind of keeps me from using up energy that I might not need to be using, because
sometimes they want you to listen, not necessarily help.
So like if I say that, how can I help? If there's, I just needed to get that off my chest, or I just needed to get that out there, then I can stop with that. And I don't even have to think of another question or a way to get to where I want to go. I can just kind of respond to what they said. That's been really helpful for me.
I would say if you're trying to fix everybody else's problems, that sounds like a pretty chaotic way to live.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those things are out of your control.
Yeah.
And so one of the joys of being a father is when I see my children figure some things out on their own.
Yeah.
And that brings me joy, for one, because I know that they're maturing. Another reason it brings me joy is because I don't have to do it, because they figured it out.
Yeah.
All joking aside, I think the more grace that we can give people to be imperfect, the freer we will be. And so when I see situations, it's funny, like, my wife will say, well, Aiden, did you ask this person about this particular situation? And I don't know where he gets it from. Partly it is his personality. He's like, well, that's none of my business. I say, yes, that's awesome. But some things are your business, Aiden, and you need to get more proactive. But his thing is like, I don't need to know if it's none of my business.
Yeah.
And I think we get ourselves into a lot of trouble because we want to be in everybody's business.
Yeah.
And that just sounds like a chaotic, stressful, exhausting life.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you can do is just the more I extend grace for people to make mistakes, the freer it's going to make me. Yeah. Now, if they come, and I'm a very solution-oriented person, so if they come to me and ask something, I'm willing to offer it, but I can't make them do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you get into the point where you are setting up scenarios that it makes it more possible for them to do what you were, sometimes you just got to say it and just let it go.
Yeah.
Now, if I could just tell my children once to wash the dishes, that would be awesome. But I don't think we're there yet.